Yo, check it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ape and Ape X, you are back for another video. Historical price action is about to go down. We're about to talk about the pop to the upside on meme stocks, potential moves you could see for the memes, and price levels that you need to know. We're also going to be talking about SPY, what we could see for SPY, and the setup for Bitcoin that could potentially be popping off here this week. So you need to not waste any time and make sure you focus on the charts, the facts, the data, leaving emotion at the door. Let's not waste any more of your precious time, though, and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we are looking at AMC, GME. We're also looking at SPY, Bitcoin, the overall cryptocurrency and stock market. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop into the charts, the facts, the data, show you guys exactly what we have going on for today. As you all know, massive pre-market pop for the meme stocks. We're going to be getting into all that and more. But let's first go ahead and hop into SPY, showing you guys what's going on with SPY and, of course, Bitcoin. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly do SPY first and then move into the cryptocurrency market. As you can see, SPY came down and retested this level of 523.36. Now, that is key for today. Why is it key? Because it is showing that we do have support here at this level, and bears are not yet ready to take control, because if they were, they would have took full advantage of SPY being down below this bear flag. You guys can see this yellow line right here. That is the bear flag on the macro time frame. And if bears were ready to take control, they would have been able to hold that level and then use it as resistance. Because if you do see SPY break below the bear flag and use it as resistance, you're going to be seeing a big move to the downside. But in fact, SPY got a bounce. So we are seeing SPY being able to be controlled by the bulls still and being pushed to the upside. And that is indicative of what I'm thinking we're going to see for this week, is us come to the upside and break that 530 level, testing this upper level before we get rejected. I think that bulls are going to have enough strength to break us to the upside and break us up to about 530 before pulling back. And if we do break above that 530 level, we have a chance to go to about 535, 534 in that range if we can break above the 530 level here on SPY. So watching very, very closely tomorrow. We want to make sure we don't do any type of double top or anything like that. We're going to be watching these levels very, very closely. We have resistance at 528.50, and that's where we're going to be watching. And then after that, we're going to be watching that 530 level, which is key. We want to make sure that we don't do a double top, come up and test that 528.50 as resistance, because if so, you will see a big move down, potential double top setup there. So we really need to break above 530 on SPY, and tomorrow is going to be critical for seeing what happens. Right now, it looks like we are seeing bearishness, and it is looking like we are potentially setting up for that double top type structure, and we probably will reject from 530. So we want to watch very, very carefully, seeing if we can get above that level. And tomorrow, that's what we're going to be focused on. Can we get above that 530 level, or are we going to see a double top? Right now, it looks like we are going to be pushing up towards 530, but possibly getting rejected from that range as of right now. Let's go ahead and go into the Bitcoin and overall crypto market. Ethereum having a red day, but still overall staying elevated above that 3.7K level. This is bullish. I do think Ethereum will be making a push to the upside. Bitcoin getting a nice push here and then pulling back. Right now, consolidating above this bullish pennant. So Bitcoin could be seeing a bullish move here, especially if it can get back above 69.2K. Again, major level for Bitcoin. I've been talking about it for quite some time. 69.2K is where we need to hold for BTC to see this move. We could potentially be setting up for that move here very, very shortly, but we need to see if we can stay above these levels here at about 68K, 68.5K, getting above that 69.2K level, which will give us that push to the upside. Right now, Bitcoin is getting smushed in between and might need to come back down and consolidate around 67K before getting that move back to the upside. But I am still bullish on Bitcoin. Unless it broke down out of this bullish pennant, then I would no longer be bullish, but it is still tracking, and I do think we are going to see that move to the upside overall in my personal opinion, for Bitcoin, it's just going to take a little bit longer. It seemed like that move was going to happen today, but then the market started to pull back. Bitcoin started to pull back with it, and it looks like we're consolidating right now, kind of waiting to see what happens before we get a move to the upside. So I do think Bitcoin is still going to move up, but it might take a little bit longer. This will probably happen in the next couple of days. Throughout the rest of this week. Now, let's go ahead into the move to the meme stocks, what everybody has all been waiting for. As far as shares available to borrow, we have 25,000 shares available to borrow for AMC. As far as shares available to borrow on GME, we have 1.1 million. So they are trying very, very hard to short these stocks. Cost to borrow going up for both stocks. Cost to borrow for AMC going up to 2.33%. So we do want to see cost to borrow going up. I definitely want to see cost to borrow go higher on AMC. Cost to borrow on GME sitting at a nice 20.45%. So this is what we want to see. Cost to borrow looking good in my personal opinion. We also have new tweets from Roaring Kitty. He just tweeted 20 hours ago. Roaring Kitty tweeted this Uno reverse card. And if you don't know, I did post his position. He posted his position, and then I just posted a screenshot of that. But he does have a ton, okay, a ton of in-the-money calls. They're June 21st, $20 calls. These are deep in the money. So he does have those calls, and it is looking good. As you guys can see, he does have those GME calls, and he could exercise these. I don't think he's going to exercise all of them. There's a lot of speculation going on. I don't think he's going to exercise all of them, but he could exercise some of these and literally send the stock to the moon. Again, exercising in the money calls is what really helps out the stock. I think he is going to take profit on some of them. That would be the smart thing to do. But I think he might potentially be exercising some of them, especially if he's really for the movement. He would definitely exercise some of those in the money calls. Now, if you also weren't aware, other news, Berkshire Hathaway, ticker BRKA, got a glitch today. It was a glitch. As you guys can see, it's normally trading at the hundreds of thousands of dollars, $647,000. It went all the way down with a flash crash of $185. This was a glitch, and I know a couple people tried to place orders. And again, if it would have went through, that would have been crazy. But again, this was a glitch, and they were denying orders. And they did post that this was a glitch for Berkshire Hathaway. But again, it was pretty crazy seeing this happen. Again, this could be some craziness happening because we did see crazy stuff happen like this last time in the last squeeze of 2021. So we did see crazy things happening. So hey, maybe these glitches might be something coming up. Now, let's go into the technicals and the fundamentals of everything. I gave you guys the numbers for our shares available to borrow and cost to borrow. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the MOASH roadmap and then also go over the technicals with you guys, levels that we're going to be looking for and what we want to see for the meme stocks. I just want to get right off the bat critical levels for AMC and GME, and they are slightly pumping here in after hours, and I do expect them to pump here in after hours. I expect a green after hours. And I expect a green pre-market, okay? So I think we're going to see a push to the upside in after hours. Right now, at time of recording, there's still a ton of time for trading in after hours. Right now, GME is up 4%. AMC is up about 1.5%. I think that they'll end, probably GME will end probably around 5% up, and AMC will probably end up around 2% up, in my personal opinion. What I'm expecting to see is basically for them to consolidate briefly under these key levels. So the key level is $30 for GME. That's where they want to keep us under. And the key level for AMC is $5. So they're going to fight like hell to keep AMC under $5 and to keep GME under $30. And we are going to fight like hell to push these stocks up. Right now, with the volume that we're seeing, it is looking extremely good, especially with the pushes to the upside that we're seeing. Bullish technicals. This looks good in my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. This looks good. We are seeing bullish technicals. If you look at what's happening here on the bigger time frames, it's telling you a huge story. You guys can see we're getting that monthly MACD. We finally have closed a green day with the monthly MACD green. This is what I've been telling you guys about. I said once that monthly MACD comes, we're going to start going into an overall uptrend for the meme stocks. And you guys can see that's exactly what the meme stocks are doing, going into an overall uptrend. We are having that green MACD, and we are in an overall uptrend on both of the meme stocks, bottoming at $9.95 on GME and about $2.38 on AMC. making an overall uptrend. We had this big push to the upside. We consolidate. I talked about this falling wedge. I talked about the breakout to the upside, possibly to $5 this week, and this is exactly what we're seeing. We want to hold $5 on AMC, and we want to hold $30 on GME. Those are the main things that we have to worry about. Now, we do have to worry about the gap fills to the downside. Be aware of this gap fill at GME for 26 all the way down to 23, and be aware of this gap fill from about 460 all the way to 430 on AMC. Those gaps may need to get filled before a push to the upside, but right now the stocks are so bullish that they're holding these levels to the upside, and we are not filling the gaps. If you see AMC break above and hold $5, we could blast off. We could literally blast off this week if we remain above $5 and you see GME remain above $30. There are so many calls expiring in the money if we can just stay above those levels. You guys can see that right now there's 19,000 calls expiring in the money, and there'd be an additional 20,000 calls expiring in the money for AMC and GME. Right now there is 42,000 calls expiring in the money, and if we can get over $30, there'll be an additional 9,000 calls, and that would give us a gamma ramp. We have to stay above these levels until Friday. So around Thursday and Friday is when they would start hedging the calls to give us this gamma ramp. What does that mean? It means that the market makers are going to buy shares out of the open market to start hedging for these calls because they're in the money. So if GME is at $30 around Thursday or Friday, they're going to start buying shares out of the open market, which will push the price up. If AMC is around $5 around Thursday or Friday, they're going to buy shares out of the open market, which will push the price up, giving us a gamma ramp to the upside and literally giving us the momentum we need to explode. We are set up right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are set up and primed. We are literally primed for liftoff. I don't want to get people too hyped up because I am not a Moon Boy channel, but we are literally primed for liftoff. I want to show everybody just the bullish signals that we're getting here on the bigger time frames. Look at this weekly buy signal, okay? The weekly buy signal is something that we haven't seen for GME other than this time here where we had this rally, but of course when we've seen this massive short squeeze. If we get one on AMC, that is even more confirmation. We do not have a weekly buy signal, but we do have green monthly MACD on both of the meme stocks. You can see it here on AMC, and you can see it here on GME. Last time we had green monthly MACD, you guys can see we had a short squeeze. GME breaking out of a falling wedge and pushing to the upside, similar to what Bitcoin did. I show this as an example, falling wedge. We also got green monthly MACD, buy signals on the bigger time frame. You guys can see what Bitcoin did. There's a possibility that the meme stocks are going into a macro uptrend and they are going to go bullish. And when the meme stocks go bullish, they squeeze, okay? When the meme stocks go into an uptrend, when they go macro bullish, they squeeze. You guys can see they went macro bullish here, it squeezed. AMC as well, it went macro bullish here, monthly MACD green, monthly buy signals, we squeezed. I believe we could see a short squeeze for both of these stocks. Now, what could that be? It could be one big giant short squeeze where we come back up and then come shooting back down. Or it could be something along the super cycle, which is something I actually think we might see, where you see several smaller short squeezes and an overall uptrend. So basically you see several smaller short squeezes and you trend to the upside over time. And that would actually help the apes build the most wealth because you'd be able to hold over time and make trades and play the actual moves and gain wealth over time. Trading in and out, especially if you were able to do that, you could make a lot of money. But even just holding over time is how apes could gain wealth. And this is what I would call a super cycle, seeing a macro multi-level squeeze, something similar to basically Carvana. That's something that I showed people here earlier is Carvana, basically showing people what Carvana did as a overall move. Right here, Carvana, showing you guys what it did as an overall move over time. It basically seeing several short squeezes over time. So you see this big move up, then you pull back. You see this big move up, you pull back. You see this big move up, you pull back, and so on and so forth. Having several short squeezes over time, that's what I'm thinking we could potentially see for AMC, and that would take us, and GME as well, and that would take us all the way back to the upside. Now, people want me to give price targets right now. I want to do technicals. and see where I am step by step, level by level. But if we were to see that super cycle, or if we were to see a short squeeze, we have the first price target for GameStop at this $71 gap fill. The next price target, because we're breaking out of the falling wedge, would be this $120 high, because we could potentially make a higher high, similar to what Bitcoin did with the falling wedge. You have a run up, then you have a falling wedge, which leads to a higher high. That is what GameStop could be doing. You have a uptrend, then you have your falling wedge, which leads to a higher high. And GameStop is following the trend for a falling wedge, because you have a push up, then you make a higher low, and we could make a higher high as far as the macro is concerned. So that $120 price target is in effect if we did see a squeeze or macro uptrend. And of course, we have the $70 price target as well. And as far as AMC is concerned, we have all of these gap fills, and the gap fills lead all the way up to $37 to $43. So I could see AMC going up to there. And as far as percentage gains, it is absolutely massive for both of the stocks. That would be about an 800% move for AMC as of right now from the price it's at, so about 1,000%, 800%, and the prices for GME, it would be about a 350% move if GME were to see those prices. So I do think the meme stocks are setting up for something, but I want to go level by level, technical by technical. As far as what we could see for tomorrow, I think we're going to see a gap to the upside, okay? I'm not going to draw any type of fractals, because I'm almost certain that we're going to gap to the upside at least above $30 for GameStop, and probably gap to the upside above $5 for AMC. And what I'm expecting is something like this. We'll probably gap up, and then they'll push us down in the morning, and then we'll have to work our way back up. So we'll probably be back above the golden levels that we need to be on the respective stocks. So AMC will probably be up here around $5, and that's if we see the gap up, and that's what I'm thinking we will see, in my personal opinion. And then GameStop will probably be up around like $30, $35, around that level, $32, consolidate, and then it'll probably get pushed down and then have to work its way back up after we find our bottom, which I believe we will, and then it will be a higher low. We're slowly going to work our way up, and I believe that we will, by the end of the week, be able to hold that $30 level and hold the $5 level and have a gamma ramp pushing us to the upside. As far as Moash roadmap is concerned, I do think that we could be potentially entering one of two phases, okay? So I either think this is at least phase 5. Phase 5 is where you peak out, and then we'll consolidate before a bigger move up. Or this potentially could be phase 7. And look at phase 7, you push up, then you pull back before ripping to the upside. So if it's phase 7, we're about to have a major pump. Or it could be potentially phase 5, where we have to consolidate before going into 7, and then phase 8, which is a big pump. So I think we are getting nearer to the end. I do think we are tracking. I talked about this over the weekend. I talked about a pop to the upside. I think we are looking good. As far as what I assume is happening, I figured that we were having a spring action here. That is exactly what we've seen. We pushed to the upside. Now I just want to see AMC break and hold $5. That's so important right now. Breaking and holding $5 for AMC, and breaking and holding $30 for GME. That is the most important thing, guys. I cannot stress that enough. That's why I talked about it so much in this video. It is what we need to do to see the pop to the upside for AMC, and it's what we need to do to see the pop to the upside for GME to see much, much higher prices. And literally, it could send us on a trigger explosion, especially if we do see something like SPY start to pull back, because it got kind of crazy today. If SPY starts crashing, a lot of people think we need SPY to rally for the memes to go crazy. If you look at the Volkswagen short squeeze, if you look at other major short squeezes, it happens during lack of liquidity. A short squeeze is a liquidity crunch. It happens during downtrends. It happens during bear markets. That's when short squeeze occur. If the market were actually to pull back, we could have a much bigger short squeeze. If we had some type of black swan event or something like that, we could have a much bigger short squeeze. If we start to see these things get crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much everything I have for you. I do believe that we are coming closer and closer to that market that I told you guys about, where Bitcoin is king, Ethereum is king, AMC and GME are king, and SQQQ is king, because the market will be pulling back, the meme stocks will be ripping, and of course we'll be moving into a recessionary type environment. and I do believe gold and silver will do well, and I believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum are evolving as the digital gold and silver, and they will do very well in this new recessionary environment, which I do believe is coming once everything is made official. As we look at the data, ladies and gentlemen, we know the economy is not good as they say, and I do believe that we are actually moving into a recessionary period. That is going to be made clear by the data, and then the government will also have to roll over and eventually admit that, and that's when the market will start to pull back. You'll start to see gold and silver do well, which they already are. I believe that Bitcoin is going to kind of decouple from the market and move to the upside. I believe the market's going to pull back, and I believe meme stocks are absolutely going to rip, and I believe that the macro is showing that when in doubt, zoom out. So ladies and gentlemen, this is everything I have for you guys. If you guys found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. I just want to give you guys quick support and resistances for both AMC and GME. So we have support for GME at 29.48 and 28.64. We have resistance at 30.07 and 30.50. For AMC, we have support at 492 and 483. We also have support at 478 and 472. We have resistance at $5, 509 and 530. If you guys found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And as always, I appreciate it if you watch to the end of this video to see the entire message and get everything in its entire context. Hopefully, you guys found the video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and leave a comment down below to help out and help the video spread. Also, share it if you want to help out as well. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.